Well, this is, we call it tennis, and it's big-time tennis, and it's here in Delray Beach. It's the Delray Beach Open by the Venetian, Las Vegas, and we are so excited to have it again. We were there last year, I think in the year before, but it's really exciting for us here. As I was talking with Mark S. Barron, who's the president and tournament director, I said there aren't many of these tournaments around here in South Florida. We know there's something in Key Biscayne, and then there's something over there in Indian Wells. But this is so exciting for us to have what you've created here in your almost, your 23 years of doing this. So welcome to our show, Mark.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here.
You know, Mark, something I was told, and is it true that you're the only tournament director, someone that's put this over, that does not play tennis?
This is really funny. You might get a kick out of this. My youngest son was the All-Broward County athlete and scholar, and he won that in tennis and actually his grades. And my middle son was a number 2 junior tennis player in the United States of America. And my son was the number 1 junior in the world, my oldest son. And my wife was an A5 player, or 5 player. And we do have a lit tennis court at my house. And yes, I'm the only tournament director in the world that doesn't play tennis.
Okay, the next question is why?
I'm an athlete from the time I was a little boy. I've played, skied, canoed, raced in both. I work out. However, when I watch these guys play tennis, they are so good, and I am nothing. And for me to walk on a court, I would die of embarrassment. So I've never started, and the only way I could start would be hiding somewhere, which I'm not ready to do.
Oh, that's a very funny story. Okay, I'll let you go with that, but at least your kids, everybody's very anxious, and they've been doing things like this. But you do appreciate, we have to have people in the stands as well as on the court. So you did a good thing. What made you start this, though?
Oh, that's a long story. Just very short, kind of bring it to a synopsis. I was the head of junior tennis in the state for about 10 years. And I had a business which designer jeans way back when. And when I sold it, I got bored, and I loved being involved in tennis because of junior tennis. And lo and behold, this event became available, and it was like 125 bids around the world, and we got it, which I'm very excited about. I had Fred Stowley as my partner at the time, who was known worldwide. He won 18 Grand Slams, and he was an ESPN commentator for tennis. And we won the bid and got it, and I was back in business again versus sitting home and getting bored.
Okay, so what does it take to encourage one of the tennis players to come to your tournament compared to all the others around the world?
Well, the main thing for a player is how it fits in his schedule, meaning what he's doing the weeks before, what he's doing the weeks after, how far he has to travel, if it's the surface that he's looking to play for that week versus another surface. And then there's a financial incentive as well. And it's funny, but the financial, whether it be $10,000 or whether it be $1 million, is the last consideration of all of those.
Well, that's interesting. But I think, and all these people know one another, don't they? They play all over the world with each other. So it's almost like a fraternity. I mean, you have women too, but isn't it like a fraternity?
You're exactly right. These guys, they know each other, they talk to each other. I mean, they're the only ones they see week in and week out, so they become buddies, and naturally they talk about the tournaments. And so when they leave our tournament, we hope they have a good experience, and being in Delray Beach and being right on the water and the beautiful restaurants and shops down Atlantic Avenue and the whole city itself, we hope that they talk all year about this event and the positives that we leave them with.
Yeah, I was just thinking about what you said. So here we're going to have this in February where our weather is usually perfect compared to all the other places where they live. So Of course, many of them, I'm sure, do live in a lot of sunny climates so that they can play tennis all the time. But it's a perfect time. The season's here for us, and Delray Beach is a hopping city, so I'm sure they love just to come to be a part of that too. But I've been at many of your events, and what I notice, Mark, is the enthusiasm of the guests. In fact, sometimes they're so enthusiastic they forget to be quiet. But, and I love an idea that you have a car on the tennis at the very corner. Usually you have a convertible fancy car that I don't know how you choose for the people to sit in it, but that's really a great seat.
It is. Usually it's a Porsche. It's always a Porsche. Let's put it this way. And it's usually a Porsche Carrera Cabriolet, which is a convertible. And we do contests where people get to win those seats on the court, in the car, right next to the player during the match. It's become the thing to get. And I think, everybody loves it, of course. But I think we might be the only tournament in the world that has a car on the court.
I would think that's true. Because at first it's a little strange, but I think it was great. I'm very tuned in on that. I kept thinking, how did someone get to be in there? And then, of course, you don't want a ball to hit them, but that's their chance that they take when they're sitting there. But let's talk about some of the people who you have coming. Now, by the way, this is February the 13th to the 22nd. So if any of you are, you don't even have to love tennis to come because it's just filled with wonderful people, exciting. You can go to yellowtennisball.com, yellowtennisball.com. You can purchase your tickets. You can see what's going on, and you will want to be a part of it. It's our Delray Beach, and it's world famous. Are you broadcast all over the world? Do television cameras come in and do that?
Yes, our event is produced live Monday through Sunday, the entire week, 52 hours worldwide. We're seen in about 158 countries, which really is marketing Delray Beach phenomenally. So, yeah, you can be almost anywhere in the world and turn on TV and watch us.
That's great. Well, you must be so thrilled. And, when you're the founder of something this big and this exciting, you can now sit back. It's almost 25 years, so you can sit back and enjoy it. And, of course, it's always pandemonium to get it all together, hoping that your great players arrive on time safely and no accidents and all that. But you seem to manage it well. So let's talk about some of the great players who you expect to be there.
Oh, my pleasure. Just to kind of give a little more information, we're two events, We start off with the Champions Tour on Friday, the 13th, and it goes through the weekend. And then the World Tour, the main event, starts that Monday, the 16th, and goes through the 22nd. So we have two sets of players. Starts off with the Champions Tour, and it's a format like a Davis Cup. It's the America, U.S. against the world. And we have coming, which I'm excited about, for the Champions Tour, for the U.S. representing, will be, Michael Chang, which I'm sure you all know, James Blake, who retired just a year ago, and Justin Gibbelstaub, who, if you watch TV, Tennis Channel, he's one of the major commentators. And then representing the international field is the former Wimbledon champion, Goran Ivanovic, who is Chilik's coach, by the way, who will be here as well. I'll get to that in a minute. Philippoussis, Mark, who was the head on The Bachelor on TV series, a good-looking tall guy, and Emilio Sanchez, which rounds out the field. So that really is exciting. It's fun. It's international against USA, and people kind of scream, yell. It's more relaxed, more loose. And then Monday starts the World Tour. And the World Tour, we're really excited. We have two U.S. Open winners. We have Juan Martin Del Potro, who will be the number 2 seed. He'll be the number 1 seed. And Marin Cilic, who just won the U.S. Open last year, the past U.S. Open. Then we have Kevin Anderson, 16 in the world, and John Isner. We have some Americans that are really doing good, like Steve Johnson, and Donald Young, Sam Querrey, and one of the most exciting things to me, only because I'm really close with them. Matter of fact, these two guys play in a band called the Bryan Brothers, featuring David Barron, which is my son. They're going to be here, and they're the number one doubles team. They're the winningest doubles team in the history of tennis. And they start play Wednesday day, which is a senior day, which is really exciting. So it's like a 2-for-1 ticket for the first match that the Bryans play. And I will go online saying right now we will be sold out for that session.
Well, that's right, because they've come every time, and they're twins, aren't they?
Identical twins.
Right?
I cannot tell them apart, and I've known them for about 15 years.
An amazing group. Those two really are great, and I know people do really love that. So, and I'm glad you mentioned the 2-for-1 senior specials. That's very important for a lot of our audience. That means you get 2 tickets for the price of 1, right?
That's true.
And that's senior specials at yellowtennisball.com/senior. Now, if you want to call, you can also have a phone number if you don't want to just do this online. You want to talk to someone, it's 561-330-6000, 561-330-6000. And I'm talking to the presenter, the person that founder and the president of the tournament, Delray Beach Open by the Venetian, Las Vegas. And that will be over there in the Delray Beach Stadium and Tennis Center. It's right off West Atlantic Avenue. You do have to make sure that you get your parking passes because it does get pretty crowded, but it's all beautifully organized. I will tell you that much, and people are very nice about everything, but you can't wait for the last minute because then you won't get what you really should. And every day there's something exciting. There's lots of vendors there. There's food. And watching those, that's a beautiful tennis center, by the way, and watching, every seat is perfect. I noticed that, Mark. Every seat's beautiful.
Yeah, it really works out nice. The seats are great. It's a compact stadium. You feel like you're right on top of the players. You can literally see the sweat coming off your forebrow. And as far as parking, the city has built 2 garages, one just south of the street and one just east of the street, less than a block away, both of them. So it's really convenient. I think parking is like $5, and there's never a problem as long as you get here early enough. But otherwise, it's a fun event. There's a lot of things going on. There's other tournaments going on besides the tour event. You'll see junior tournaments going on, PGA events, teaching pro events going on at the same time. And there's all different kind of foods, and there's a restaurant on site. It's just really, really fun.
It is fun. And if for those of you who you may be down in way South Broward, I know that you like to come up and do things. I mean, we're having our big Boomer Expo at Seminole Hard Rock. Hopefully we're going to have the Delray Beach tennis people there. We're working on that right now. But it absolutely is the place for you to go, because if you like tennis, there's nothing else like this. And Delray Beach has so many restaurants, and there's plenty of places to stay. Make it an event, and you have a choice of February the 13th to the 22nd. So you've got a long span there. Decide when you want to come, and you won't be sorry. You'll be very thrilled. It's fun. And, when you talked, Mark, about your family, so your one son is a real champ, or you have more than one son who's a champ?
I have 3 boys, all former tennis players. One was a professional on the tour, and then he retired about 10 years ago. I have a son that retired 10 years ago. Oh my God,
that's amazing, right? When you said that to me, I said, "What did he retire from? Living?"
Yeah, from tennis. From
the tour. Yeah, right. Well, doesn't he help
he
you?
Back, he got his bachelor's degree and he got his master's degree, and then he came in to work with me, and he's now our tournament chairman. And he's been in this office running the event for the last 10, 11 years. Yeah,
right. That's what I was going to say. So that's your dream. Every dad wants that, especially if your son is good at what he does and you can be together. It's a lovely thing. And you should be so proud of what you have created. And don't forget about the Bryan brothers. I know that Mark went over that pretty fast, but you'll want to come if you can still get tickets. You will want to come and see when they're playing. And now, when do they play music? I know they do play music, but is there a certain time they do that?
It's it's being decided right now. They will make an announcement, but they might be playing Wednesday night, which would be the 18th of February, on the stage in the food court area.
Wouldn't that be great?
Naturally, once you're on site, it's free to anyone who's on site. But it's really fun to watch them. And
your son plays with them too, right?
Yeah, he's the singer, piano player.
Great.
So if it works well, he'll be there too. But he's also a full-time lawyer in Manhattan.
Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, you really did it, didn't you? You have any girls?
I have 2 daughter-in-laws that I love, and a daughter-in-law to be this March.
Oh, well, you're in heaven. I can hear it in your voice. You're having a ball, and it's really wonderful. Okay, so now when these tennis players come in, do they bring their wives and girlfriends?
A lot of them bring their wives, girlfriends, and kids. We take care of them. We make sure they're set up at the hotel, transportation, meals, food, laundry, place for the kids to play, whatever they want, really and truly. I mean, if they want to go fishing, go in the Everglades, see the alligators. We try to make it fun. Because understand, me having a son that was on the tour, I know how hard it is to keep traveling. If you've ever gotten on a plane and gone to Europe, and you land that first day, you are exhausted. These guys don't have the chance to do that. They have to be ready as soon as they hit the ground. So you got to make it as comfortable as you can for them.
Well, that's why everything you're saying, that is exactly why you're going on into your 25th year. It's because you really know what it takes to present something of this magnitude, and now, of course, your son is right there working on this with you, and we're very proud of having you here in Delray Beach. We think it's a very big thing for all the chambers, and South Florida is really a small place when you think of it. You know, you come up from South Beach and you come up to probably Jupiter, and that's so much to do. And the yellowtennisball.com, that was a great name, by the way. I don't know who came up with is there a history to that? Who came up with the website?
One of my staff members did about 10 years ago, and since that time, I think everyone in the tennis world has been trying to buy that as a website. Of
course.
But it's going to be ours for the rest of the
time. And are they always yellow tennis balls? It seems like now they're different colors. There's orange and different things. So it went from white to yellow. And now, what dictates what color you use?
Truthfully, I don't know. We don't use yellow. And I haven't seen anything but yellow as of right now. I remember there was white, but I really never saw it. But I think yellow tennis ball and the yellow tennis ball is here to stay now. Wasn't there orange at one of the tournaments? Yes, that's for the kids. No, they do have that. They have orange and yellow for the 10 and under. Those are they're different type balls. It's a half-size court. It's a new thing that USTA started to build junior tennis in America.
I'll bet you support that.
We do. We have, I think we have about 7 to 9 junior events during the year. We have probably the most USTA events, and they're high-ranked junior events, meaning you have to qualify nationally to get in them. 2 of them are televised. That's how esteemed they are. And one of our events, which is in July, it's 18s and 16s boys. You'll see some of those kids the next month playing in the U.S. Open. Amazing. Well, that was my other question, actually. So are you the primary user of the Delray Tennis Stadium? I'm sorry? Are you the primary user of the stadium, the tennis stadium? Yeah, we probably are, yes. Only because our event is 10 days. We use it for the full 10 days. I don't think anybody else uses that stadium for that length of time. But it's open for the general public during the year? Is that how it works? I believe it's a nominal fee. It's a public site. So you can either be a member, annual member, which is not that expensive, or you can come in daily and pay, and you can play in the stadium. I believe it's available, and if it's in good shape. Yeah. I know when the guys are in all year. And that was the other thing. You never thought about having women? I always think about having women.
Sorry about that. I should have said that.
No, I mean, as far as tennis, I thought you meant.
Right.
But we are not ready for it. Only the main reason being we have nowhere to put them.
I see.
During the week. The site is, I don't mean as far as playing on the courts, I mean as far as players' lounge, showers, trainers' rooms. The site is not big enough to have the two sexes playing at the same time yet. Someday we hope in the future things will be different.
Oh, so I hit on something because I definitely have seen a lack in this. I said, gee, there are all these good-looking men, but what happens to the women? But I understand, so maybe you'll be able to figure that out as you've done everything else. Let me tell everybody again, my guest is Mark Esperon. He's the president and tournament director of Delray Beach Open by the Venetian Las Vegas. And if you want to buy tickets, and you should do it, and you should do it now because the event is February the 13th to the 22nd. It's in downtown Delray Beach. The number to call is 561-330-6000. And then if you want to get online, it's yellowtennisball.com. And that's really the best way to get your tickets. And then they have a lot of senior advantages. So if you are a senior, you get the 2-for-1 senior specials. And I think that's 1 or 2 days. I don't remember.
The senior special is 2 days.
Yeah, 2 days.
I believe it's a Monday and... No, it's not a Monday. I take it back. Monday's President's Day. Truthfully, I don't know which days they are. You can go online on yellowtennisball.com and see all the different discounts that are available, which includes military, as well as the different special functions we have available, things like Valentine's dinner and tickets included, which last year was the first year. We plan on making an annual event. It was sold out before the event.
And what was that? I'm sorry. Would you repeat that? And what was that?
That's the Valentine's dinner. Saturday night, the first night is Valentine's. So we do a special dinner and ticket, and it sold out last year, which was our first year, and now we plan on doing it every year from here on. So it is available. Then we're doing something new this year, which is... I think a champagne brunch, but you'll see there's a lot of other things that are available, like clinics you can play in with the top pros. I mean the pros on the tour, not teaching pros, as well as other things that are available. And you can find all that out on yellowtennisball.com.
That's excellent. Yeah, well, you certainly know what you're doing, and it's such a pleasure, actually, to have this in Delray Beach. As I said, I'm really thrilled that we have a relationship to help you, help support it, and that we've been doing some really good stuff. So anyway, I do thank you, Mark, for being on our show, and look forward to having tennis in Delray Beach.
Anita, thank you very much. I look forward to seeing you here at the event and everybody else. And next year, same time, hopefully we can have this discussion all over again.
Okay, soon, and then we'll be on to the 25th. I don't know what you're going to do for the 25th, but I'm sure it's going to be wild.
Thank you.
Okay.
Anita, you're a doll.
All right.
Thank all your fans as well.
Okay, Mark. Thank you again. Bye.
Bye-bye.
We're sorry, your call did not go through. Will you please try your call again? We're sorry, your call did not go through. Will you please try your call again?
Because I'll be there anyway. It was just...
He was done?
Yeah, pretty much. So I think it was 24, but I'm on at that time, so I can talk. I didn't know what else to turn off.